Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmade. Oh yes, I've been rebuilding the mothership to a state I think we can continue together. I think the winglets are not exactly the same as I have done them together with you, but they are approximately the same and I think they have turned out even a little bit better. Of course, nothing is wedged out just yet. We will have to produce some stuff in our factory first, which by the way is going on. I will still have to go for some more resources, but there's another thing I can show you. Namely, I have finished the drive finally. Well, finished in terms of modules. We have plenty of modules. I believe there's about 15,000 or so thrusters placed on this baby. So I think this should suffice in order to make this baby actually fly a little bit faster and more agile. Another thing that we need to take care of is the shape and the power of the ship. Of course, we have also lost all of our power modules, but that is no issue at all because I do still have my power modules in my chest, safely and secure. We just have to add them. So I think that's one thing we can do together right now. Keep continuing on the mothership. At this point, I want to remind you, please don't forget to leave your likes and support on this video. It means a lot to me and it keeps me motivated. But enough babbling for the introduction, let's continue with the build. Okay guys, so one thing that bothered me for already quite a long time was how the tail actually looked right now. The tail is basically the main hangar entrance for the very large ships, which are going to be parked here, but it doesn't look very smooth, nor does it really serve its intended purpose yet. So I already did some measurements, as you can see right here. What I think we're gonna do is simply fill this guy up with a sledged wall, such as this. And also on the top right here we are going to have some wedges so it makes kind of a smooth entrance. Of course, this will also include that we will have to get rid of everything that is outside these boundaries, so you will have to think this away. We can already get started to remove this a little bit. So I basically want to remove everything right here all the way up to the stairs right there. Oh yeah, and then we'll have to take care of these corners. They are a little bit nasty, also the corners right here. I think it will not look too shabby if once we have removed everything, but I also kind of believe that it will look kind of shabby around the corners. I guess we'll just have to see. And now 10 by 10, that's just not cutting it. I already changed it several times on the server, but I think every time we do an update or something like that, it actually switches back. But never mind, I'm kind of curious how this will look once we are, just finished doing the outside structure. And I'm really excited once our factory actually kicks off and we get tons and tons of wedges. Right now I only have tons and tons of black and grey hull, but after a long day of Starmade, it doesn't really help me out. We desperately need some colors and we desperately need some wedges. But same old, same old. I'm complaining a lot about missing blocks, but what you gonna do? They are missing. Okay, yeah, I can already see that this is going to be much better. So maybe we'll cut out like an edge right here and we're gonna try to make this kind of roundish. But then again, my motherships seem to be looking like insects all the time, at least after a while. I think we did a pretty good job on this one, but I mean, look at it right now. It kind of starts to look like an insect, or maybe it still looks like a plane at the moment. But I think once we add more details, it will look futuristic and cool. So we'll definitely have to work on that, but for that I need to rebuild the salvage cannon on the mothership as well. And this time we're gonna go big. We're not just gonna add 5,000 modules, we're gonna add like 50,000 modules or something like that. It really depends on how fast we are getting the materials right now. Also beautiful gems and ores. And just a few more rows to go. How many blocks do we have? We still have enough. 12,000 is not too much though. But we have 90,000 grey hulls still, so that will at least last for a while. I think I want to have some kind of a pattern here. Maybe we're gonna do something with the ice crystals that I still have left. Like a little pattern starting from here. Yeah, I think that might actually turn out nicely. We're gonna try something like that. So let's see. I think it might be working if we add like one more block on each row. Like so. So it is a little bit thicker. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Yeah, maybe something like this. And now we can just finish it. Oh no, actually not. I have to remove one more row. There we go, yeah. And now we are gonna fill the rest up with some black hole. Or at least we make like a nice border. Oh man, I really don't know, but I want to fill this up in some way or the other. But for now I think we're gonna go back into remove mode and we're gonna continue removing this stuff that we don't need. We'll be getting some gray hull back in the process. That's good, because with gray hull we can of course produce any other type of hull as long as we have the paint for it. But more importantly, we want to know how this actually looks like once we have removed everything. And gone it is. Can remove this stuff. Okay, so now we're talking. And then we'll have to think about the corners. That's not going to be a piece of cake. Okay, let's see. Can we somehow remove this without too much collateral damage? Going fine. Oh man, now I should know some space shanties. You know, just sing along a little bit while removing all the blocks. Block removage is the worst in Starmade. Well, it's the worst in any game, it's not Starmade's fault. But I just hate to take things apart that I have previously built. Fortunately, there is the selection in Starmade, which I'm very, very grateful for. Okay, let's see, how does that look? Ooh, it's actually not too bad. It's so much better. It's unbelievable how much better it already is just doing that. Let's have a look at it from the side a little bit. Oh guys, I can see it again, I can see it again. Right now it looks still a little bit clumsy, but with the additions I still have planned for this baby, it will look great. I have again hope for our mothership. Which, by the way, I believe still has no proper name, so let's maybe make this the naming episode. Let me know what the mothership could be called, and I will pick from whatever I think is the best in the next episode. But for now, we have a mission of making the booty beautiful, and we're not gonna rest until that's actually done. Okay, look at that, look at that. Now obviously what is still wrong is this grey wall, which I believe I want also to change with some kind of a staircase. But of course a side one staircase, so it kind of filters in. Filters in? I don't know what I'm talking about here. But you know, we're just gonna like add some more black hole, stair type-ish things, something like that. Oh yeah, I think I just stumbled upon the solution. Yeah, the staircase would have to be rather large, I think. I don't know yet. I kind of would like to make this a little bit more roundish, but I think we can do this afterwards. We can just start with this staircase right here and then apply all the changes afterwards. But man, it is so dark. Look at that, it is so freaking dark. On my second monitor it is actually a lot brighter. But that's my recording monitor and it's a little bit delayed, so it's kind of hard to play looking at it. Let's see, do we have to like fix this as well? Yeah. Yeah, actually I think this already suffices, and I've just seen this kind of looks nice that those guys are not all on the same height. Look at that, that actually doesn't look too shabby, or does it look too much like a Christmas decoration? But it seems to be fine to me. Maybe let's exchange some of the corner stuff here. Something like that. How does that look? Oh yeah, the crystals are so crazy. I just love the crystals. We'll have to get a lot more of them. Okay, so now the major issue is this grey wall, which we will have to exchange with black wall and maybe use the ice crystal to make another nice pattern in it. And also these corners should be more rounded out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that off camera and I will present you with the results. Well guys, I have been working on the mothership for quite a bit. One thing you may notice is I have been removing the two rings which stuck out the front. I didn't think they fit the mothership, the overall theme, too much. I will add something else instead. Now of course what I have done is I have finished the booty and I haven't made too many additions actually just yet, but I think overall we can leave it be as it is for the time being. Maybe I'm gonna add some more stripes of ice crystals so it looks more finished, but unless we know what we are gonna do with the drives, I'm gonna stop working on that part. But I think I'm really happy with that part as it is right now, and depending on how the actual drives will develop, we will have to make some more adjustments. What I've also done is actually finished the gap between the hangar wing we had from the beginning and the drive, which I have built in a later episode. I've done this very simply and I tried to be kind of smooth with it. Now since this is a spaceship, of course we don't have to smooth out everything. There can be corners such as this one right here in the center, for instance. So we can have passages such as those, but what we cannot have is things like these staircases or where it is really blocky, such as those lava patterns. They are really blocky and I think overall I don't like that. The mothership is large enough to create something that doesn't appear to be blocky. So that's definitely something I want to achieve. But yeah, look at this, the overall shapes are a lot better and smoother, and since we now have a factory system set up, we can just add anything into the production line. We have to go and do a lot of farming, of course, and that is actually what we are gonna conclude the episode with. If you remember, we have already built kind of a strong salvage cannon right here. Unfortunately, it didn't get saved, which is actually no problemo because I have been going on a shopping spree and we have thousands and thousands of those modules. Not yet 50,000, but that will come soon. Another thing I want to work on very soonish is the cockpit right here. Well, it's not a cockpit, it's a bridge on a mothership, right? I want to connect up the tube with the bridge a little bit better so it doesn't look like it's going to break off any second. But yeah, let me set up some power structures inside the or below the hangar actually, and right here I'm gonna set up some kind of a salvage system similar to what we had before, but with a lot more salvage modules. Okay guys, a funny thing just happened. Here I was building my cannon, minding my own business, when at some point the trading guild showed up, and just yesterday Red, a new member on the server, told me about this issue and I was kind of laughing at it because I couldn't imagine it, but look at that, the lag is real. The trading guild is here with, I don't know, maybe 10 ships or so, and they got themselves stuck in my planet and they're causing my frames to go down to about 4 FPS. Oh man, this is really funny, but of course it's also really frustrating because how would you get rid of it? I mean, what I could do, for instance, is just use an admin command. I could select those guys and I could use a command in order to destroy them. But this is kind of a game breaker otherwise. I mean, you could potentially also attack the trading guild, but I mean, that's something you usually want to avoid. Nevertheless, it has become unplayable, so what I'm gonna do is try to get rid of them, and then I'm gonna show you the results of my building so far. Well guys, so I was able to get rid of the freaking trading guild. It was quite a hassle. If you are playing in single player or if you are an admin yourself, you can just use /destroy_entity or destroy_entity while you have it selected, and make sure that you don't have your own stuff selected, otherwise it's gonna be gone. But yeah, let's now have a look into the lower deck or below the hangar, and I just see that there is a small mistake. But anyways, inside the power room we are now, and look at this. This just looks magnificent, and it of course will be expanded all the way through the entire floor. At least that is the aim. Currently we have a power capacity of over 6 million, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize, and we have a recharge rate of 1 million or over 1 million. Do I read those numbers correctly? Yes, it truly is 6 million and 1 million recharge. That is just freaking amazing, I love it. I've never had this much power on anything I've built in Starmade, that is crazy insane. But anyways, it is not the only thing we have made. We have also added the cannon again. I've only done the outer layer because this already required over 1,000 modules and I did have less than I actually thought. I thought I have stored a lot in my chest, but I have no idea where they have gone. Nevertheless, I have made the first layer. Most of this half sphere is going to be filled out. There's just going to be a small passage where we can still walk through the entire thing. Down at the bottom right here, I want to add something else, maybe a antimatter cannon or something like that. And as it is right now, the modules are maybe 100 modules in length. I'm not entirely sure, but they are pretty lengthy. Maybe we can even already attach them to something. Oh, what is happening right here? Okay, let's just set this to number 2. Right now we do not have anything else connected, it's just the salvage modules, and I just want to make a little power check. Okay, so power is no issue at all. Of course we will have to re-add the cockpit so that we can see where we're actually aiming. But nevertheless, we're gonna have to go into the salvage module production quite a bit actually. So I see I still have almost 500,000 credit left. That should suffice for another 500 or so modules. I'm not sure. How expensive are they? Maybe it's even enough for a lot more. Maybe they are around 300 credits or so. I never look at the prices. So yeah, what do you think? Would you be okay with me producing a lot more of episodes such as this one right here, where we not only show the progress but also how we get to it, where I show a little bit of the building process and try to cut out as much boring stuff as possible? But still, it would allow me to produce maybe the one or other extra episode that you otherwise wouldn't expect. So maybe we can up the count of Starmade episodes to 2 per week instead of only 1 per week. So that would be my suggestion, and I think it would also be healthy for the series. I mean, today we made a substantial progress, and in my opinion it was not such a bad episode showing a lot of the in-between stuff. But anyways, it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your support. I notice it. Your support will be reflected in the statistics, which is something that I see every day. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you soon. Bye bye.